To round out our data entry for planting activities on a smartphone, we will take a look at the Transplanting Field Data Entry app, which currently is highlighted at the top. I'm going to select that, and we're going to go in. As with the other ones, the top band contains your search criteria. So this is week 6. There is no scheduled transplanting to go on right now in week 6, so we'll clear that and we'll get the full transplanting schedule coming up here. You'll also notice that it is telling you where the transplant is coming from, whether it's a BGF greenhouse or potentially plantel. I'm not sure we have all the plantel records recorded yet, but if there were plantel records to go in, they would be coming from there. So the way this works is this is a little more complicated. The search criteria is all the same. We can put in onion and just get the onions. We can put in red and just get the things with red in the product name. So that's all about the same. We're going to clear out of here. Let's go back to onions. Okay. And now we're going to take a look. The one thing that's different about this is that here the record is dependent on 2 separate values, 2 different fields in 2 different tables. The first is the production plan, and here we've highlighted in the top gallery the onion, cipolline, red Geneva, okay? And associated with that in the next gallery down are any greenhouse plantings, greenhouse seeding records. Okay, so you'll notice that there is a greenhouse seeding record here for January 29th. And so you do have to have a greenhouse seeding record in order to do a transplant. Now we're going to have to work through exactly how the plantel records are going to get entered, but this is absolutely true for all the greenhouse records. So I'm going to flip through a couple of these things, and you'll see we have some sample records here. But here we have no sample records, a pink onion. So let's say we wanted to do a transplant for pink onion. If we hit the plus sign the way we'd normally do it, you'll notice that we get an error message. There are no matching greenhouse seeding records available. So you have to pick, you can only transplant something that you have an actual seeding record for. So we're going to go back to the yellow onion. Now here we do have a seeding record. Now we could have more than one seeding record. Mostly we're going to have a single seeding record, but there may be certain circumstances where the seeding was done over a 2 or a 3 or a 4 day period, in which case this is a gallery that scrolls. The middle gallery will scroll, and you actually have to, it will record whichever seeding record you have selected, which is in this case the purple. But in most cases right now, we're only going to have a single greenhouse seeding record to select from. Here we have already have a transplant record on January 17th, 650 bed feet. I'm going to put in another sample one because let's say we had some extra plants and we were going to seed some more somewhere, transplant some more somewhere else. So I'm going to hit the plus sign just the way you do. Okay, and now it brings things up. And let's say we didn't have 700 now. We got 100 extra. We got some extra plants and we're going to put them in. All right, I'm going to record this again to Jacob. We're going to make this another test record. Everything else is pretty much the same. You can edit as you needed. You can change the field if necessary. Here you might change the field because it's an extra planting somewhere. You can change the gearing as necessary. And it's giving you estimates of various things in terms of beds planted and total plants used in particular. The beds planted is actually an information field that you can put in yourself. Start dates and end dates work the same way. We can change the starting direction to south, and the direction of travel can stay north, or you can make those changes also. We'll save that. And now you'll notice that we have several transplant records for this one. Okay, you'll notice even though we're only showing one at a time, this is a scrolling gallery. And both of these two, both this one and the seating records, are scrolling galleries. So you have to kind of pay attention because we've done this to take up less space on the screen. But you should know that if there are more than one records, they will be there and you can scroll through here. For example, I'm scrolling on the seating record and there's only one, but we do have several transplant records that we've put in. And again, as with the other ones, we can always edit any records that are there by highlighting it. It turns purple, you hit the pencil, and we can go in and we can make a change here and make this 50 and change the note. We can update the date and time. You'll see it's 11:20 now, and we can save it. So these are all the transplant records associated with red cipolline and this particular seeding, the one that's showing right there. And with that, we've covered all of the planting applications. Again, swiping right takes you out, and we're back to the starting point.